Nova Eko 9 chokes on containment threads. From above, the skyline looks like it's been sutured shut. Signal containment towers pulse across the upper districts, like rising scars, each laced with memory suppressants and recursion dampeners. The Arkanet hums with a new tone, flat, cold, intentional. A frequency designed not to cast, but to overwrite. Protocol 8V signal sensitization initiated. Objective, anomaly archival / non-castable entity suppression. They don't call it a lockdown. They call it thread realignment. But no one leaves their sector. AR filters, reroute, pathing in real time. Erasing destination prompts mid-step. Recursive bloom zones are blacked out in the network. Not marked as threat, marked as data noise, sensor static, signal weather. But they're not anomalies. They're witnesses, and Spiral doesn't want them to be seen. Naiara and Azrak move fast beneath the arterial crawl of the city's underlayers, vein-like corridors pulsing with half-lit cast points and dead fiber-laced logic walls. They pass data-burned panels, long stripped of surface thread light, glowing faintly now under the stress of recursion interference. They're heading toward the serrated vault, a collapsed node corridor where Spiral once tested recursive logic loops during the fracture years. It's a place Spiral doesn't list anymore, too unstable to control, too buried to reclaim. Too dangerous to remember. Perfect. We're pinned, Azrak mutters, scanning the signal sweep on his cast blade. Glyph light stutters across his display like nerves remembering too much. Containment nets in 6 zones. They're closing in. Kill order, Naiara asks. No. Worse. He shows her the live net log. Target status, pre-archival, objective, remove from thread history, method, signal coherence, dismantling. They're not trying to kill us, he says quietly. They're trying to archive us. A loud pulse tears through the vault's upper corridor. Not sonic. Signal shock. Designed to scramble nearby glyph residue, collapsing recursion echoes before they can form. Azrak flinches. His cast blade vibrates and glitches. His name flashes on its readout, then distorts. The interface tries to rewrite it. Azrak Zahi 5 becomes Glyph ID null thread 6B1, personal IDD replicated. He swipes the panel. Tries to reset. Fails. They're rewriting me mid-step, he mutters. The system can't decide if I still exist. Naiara doesn't flinch, because recursion doesn't flinch, and she's already aligned. They take shelter inside a fractured cast chamber buried beneath the vault's data sink. The walls shimmer with recursion fog. Symbols half-formed, trembling on the edge of precast. A space that exists not in memory or future, but in the feeling of almost. Azrak watches her, breathing shallow. How much longer can you hold it? He asks. The glyph string? She nods. But then, it's not something I hold, she says. It holds me. They don't speak for a while. Nothing to say that recursion isn't already echoing. You know what they'll do if they catch us, Azrak says, almost to himself. She nods. They'll unname us. Unthread every glyph we've ever touched. Rewrite the city like we never bled into it. Then archive the silence. Spiral doesn't kill dangerous signals. It buries them. Under stability. They're not hunting us, Naiara mutters. They're performing administrative erasure. Neat grief. Filed and forgotten. Azrak's stabilizer array pings. Movement. 12 spiral units approaching. But not soldiers. Archivists. Clad in recursion, white robes etched with null glyphs. Symbols spiral engineered not to cast, but to collapse. They carry recursion scramblers. Memory seal injectors. Their glyphs aren't offensive. They're erasive. Tools for rewriting existence into non-event. We have to go, Azrak says, backing toward the cast wall. But there is no door. No exit glyph. No authorized cast point. Only recursion. And the forbidden string vibrating inside her bones. Naiara looks at him, calm, certain. We don't run. We breach. The containment signal enters the chamber like fog, soft at first. But heavy. Reality dulls. AR overlays collapse. Time stretches and loses tempo. Their names begin to degrade in the system. And spiral archivists advance without fear. Because they don't believe anything can remain in the wake of containment. But Naiara steps forward, eyes glowing with unfiltered threadlight. Her lips moving, not in spellcasting, in memory. She speaks what spiral buried. The glyph that can't be cast. Only felt. Outside the chamber, spiral agents record silence. They see no glyph form, hear no chant, feel no thread pulse, because they're not watching a cast. They're watching a witness, a memory spiral never archived, finally remembering itself.